Hi everyone, I'm Tracy Drake. This is a short video on my top tips for balancing on one leg. So here we go. Number one, feel nice and grounded on your 2 feet to begin with. So you want to feel secure on 2 feet before you shift into 1 foot. So think of grounding down, so you're growing roots from the waist down your legs into the floor. Feet are about hips width apart. You can turn the toes out or in or whatever you want to do with the feet, doesn't really matter. But you do want to feel nice and grounded on those 2 feet to begin with. Okay, so growing roots or thinking of sucking the floor up underneath the feet is sometimes helpful as well. Okay, tip number 2, a little bit of softness behind the knees. Make the big muscles of the legs do some work. So I'm exaggerating here, but don't lock the knees, don't pull the kneecaps up. A little bit of softness in the back of the knee, make the big muscles work. Okay, think of maybe stacking the big joints on top of one another. This won't work for everybody. If you had some curvature in the spine, a little bit kyphotic maybe, or maybe you have a bigger butt than me, or maybe you have scoliosis, that may not work for you. So work with where you begin, work with your body, but thinking about where your joints are in relation to one another can be helpful. So think about where your shoulders are in relation to your hips, your knees and your ankles. If you have more weight going into your toes or your heels, that's going to affect your balance. If you have more weight in one foot than the other, that's going to affect your balance as well. Okay, so just thinking about how you're standing, where the weight is before you begin shifting into one leg. Another tip is to firm up your core. So think of smoothing the bottom ribs in, firming up the squidgy bits between the bottom ribs and the rim of your pelvis, what we erroneously call the hip bone. Think of firming that up. So it's a little bit of a pushing out, not a bearing down. It's kind of just a little bit of firmness through this squidgy area, firming up those core muscles to give you stability to help you balance. So it's a whole body exercise. And then we're finding our breaths. So nice long spine, getting the diaphragm to do a little bit of work here. Take a few nice deep breaths. Settle the mind. A distracted, busy mind is not going to help you focus to be able to balance. So settle the mind, settle the breath. And then you can begin to think about shifting the weight into one leg. So continuing to grow roots, a little bit of softness behind the knee of that standing leg. Thinking about where your joints are. And then if you feel you're okay, maybe picking up one leg and seeing how your balance is. Maybe you need the support of a chair or a wall or your countertop, but embrace the wobble. Wobbling's important in balancing. I have people that say to me, but I'm wobbling. Well, that's okay. Embrace the wobble. Don't fall over. We don't want that, but embrace the wobble. It's okay to wobble, and that's really great for your brain health. When you've had enough standing on one leg, bring that foot back to the floor, re-establish your standing position, and then shift sides. You may want to turn around so that you can place your hand on your chair again. Grow roots through your standing leg. Nice long spine, firm up the squidgy bits, lengthen the tailbone down a little bit, smooth the bottom ribs in. Pick up that spare leg, the one that's not on the floor, And maybe you want to keep the tippy toes just on the floor to help you balance. Hold on to something, support yourself with the wall if you need to. But please do balance on one leg. The benefits to your whole body, to your brain, and for preventing falls far outweigh anything else that you may be thinking about yourself. So please do practice balancing at home. Just a few seconds on each leg every day. Build up to 30 seconds on each leg every day until you're able to balance comfortably. The wobble will never go. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this or how you do this, that wobble will always be there, but it's okay. Just embrace it, go with it. Okay, thank you for joining me. Have fun with it, smile, take a few breaths. Have a wonderful day. Take care.